everyone.
I'm back, baby.
It's Jake Ciely.
I'm great. Everybody else sucks.
Oh,
no. It's every nightmare I've ever had.
Excuse me?
It's time to check the link.
Pretty crazy, huh? But it doesn't matter because none of this has anything to do with the show.
You know what? You just made the list.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
It's all in football.
Sure, we talk about it all the time. Really? No.
What is up, you ducks? It is All in Football on FTN with, pointing the wrong way, stepmom Lauren and special guest Marcas Grant. If you want to check out everything on FTN, code ALLIN, get you 20% off. If you want to head to The Athletic, it's theathletic.com/BetsTV, all capitals, get your first free month. You can read, I have my breakout series going on, but you know about me. You know enough about me. Today is another game week. And just like Meany failed last week, Lauren is expecting to fail this week. So my co-hosts are expecting to fail to the guests, Marcas Grant of the NFL Network. First of all, if you're not following Marcus at Marcus G and following, that's 2 A's, by the way. Yeah. Spell it correctly. Make sure you are, because he is one of my own heart when it comes to animation, movies, pop culture, everything. Marcus, what do you have going on NFL Network? And as you always ask me, what is the current show you are streaming right now?
Let's see. Over at NFL Network, I work for a little startup mom and pop company called the NFL. Right now, it's sort of slow. Like, it's June, so this is sort of, the next 6 weeks is the quote unquote off season. But I'm still doing a podcast. Me and your friend and mine, Michael F. Florio, doing a podcast over there. In fact, you were on it last week, in fact. So we're kind of doing that. We'll kind of really start ramping up once we hit training camp in July. And in the meantime, the more important question, what am I streaming now? I did watch the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Very excited about that. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Is it a wide receiver 1 or a wide receiver 2? Or
I think it's a wide receiver. It's got wide receiver 1 upside for sure. Like, it is flashed early, and I'm looking forward to where the next 4 episodes go. It's only a 6-episode run, so I'm looking forward to where the next 4 episodes go. Beyond that, the wife and I have decided we're going to start watching Snowfall because everybody keeps telling us how great it is, and we never watched it like from the beginning. So we're sort of watching that right now. That's between that and having a kid that's kept taking up all my time.
What is the kid watching?
What is he watching? He's moved on
Colors.
from Cocomelon, thankfully. So we've moved on to we're on to Peppa Pig now. A little bit of Daniel Tiger. And me personally, I'm trying to get him to watch Spidey and His Amazing Friends on Disney Plus, because it's kid oriented, but it's also Spider-Man, which, of course, see my you can't let's turn my you got the couple of Spideys.
Look. Yeah, couple Spidey. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So we're on that.
Where's my Spidey? Oh, there's my Spidey. If you can see. Oh, yeah, there he is. With the headphones and the yellow jacket.
Sweet.
Lauren.
Hey.
What have you been up to besides dog duty as your pup continues to get bigger?
Yeah. Oh my
you
God,
see that's like a play on words too? Dog.
Yeah. Well, I did that yesterday. That was a hot mess in the yard. But yeah, no, dog duty is it. Working, getting back into the groove now that I don't have to worry about any real life stuff anymore. It's football. And then I decided to feel like garbage because even though I don't have the Rona, I do have some kind of a virus that won't leave me alone. So that's been irritating. But napping, which isn't too bad, but hey.
Napping is always great, as is.
Yeah. Key to my success, everyone. Naps.
Games, if you guys are ready for this. They are going to be fantasy relevant, as always. There are questions at the end. We are playing a variation that I came up with of Name That Tune, because we can't play Name That Tune with football players, obviously, and you don't want me singing anything except the DuckTales. So what this is how it's going to work. You can still get descending points. So you're going to get 5 clues for every player. If you get them on the first clue, it's 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, and so forth. Whoever shouts in first gets to answer first. Now, here's the catch. You don't get negative points. However, the other person can guess with you, and even if they get it wrong because you're the one that jumped in, they can get the rest of the clues and still get 1 point. You got it?
Sure.
All make sense? Yes.
I'm just going to shout out names, and then you can keep score.
I know.
Well, you're one and done if you shout in first. So then you see what I'm saying? So like if you shout out, here example, first player, give out the first clue. Marcus shouts in and says, I want to answer it. And you say the player. Lauren can guess too. If you both get it right, you get 5 points. She gets 1 point. But even if she doesn't get it right then, she still gets the rest of the clues and can still get 1 point. See how that works?
Oh, I'm going to lose this. But congratulations on your win, Marcus.
Thanks.
You are probably never going to guess the first clue. We'll put it that way. If you did, I'd be super impressed because it's ADP. And it's this year's ADP right now. And it's super specific ADP. So currently, this player is 111th off the board, wide receiver 44. I'm assuming nobody's guessing. No? Okay,
Lauren.
How about this? Really?
I'm going to do it, yeah.
Really? All
Yeah.
right. Right out of the gate. I love
Hopkins.
this. Marcus, what's your guess?
Ooh. Wide receiver 44, 111th off the board. I'm going to say I'm on Ross St. Brown.
Okay, you were both incorrect. Lauren, you are shut up for now. Now, Marcus gets to keep going. Marcus, number 2. His name is one part of an RB group.
Okay.
Do you want to guess or keep going?
Let's keep going.
All right. He is also a rapper.
Cole Beasley?
No. Are you definitely? Are you gonna guess? Or are you gonna go the rest of the way? Because this is it. This is your guess. You can still get the rest of the clues.
Oh, if I can get more clues, I just get more clues. Like since Lauren's shut out, there's no pressure now.
All right. Here's the last. This is for 2, and then there's one more after this. Last year, 23% of his targets, 25% of his receptions, 45% of his yards, and 40% of his production came in one game. That's for 2 points. You can get one more clue for 1 point and get all of the clues.
Yeah, let's just do all the clues.
His nickname is the Human Joystick.
Wasn't that Tariq Cohen because he's not a wide receiver? Kadarius Toney?
It is Kadarius Toney for 1 point. Marcus is on the board.
All right.
There is also a bonus question at all of these. These are for 3 points. Bonus question. You can both answer. What is his rapper name?
Oh, I have no idea. I have zero clue.
It is Young Joker. Spelled Yungjoka.
I feel like I did know that in the back recesses of my mind.
Recesses of your mind?
It was back there somewhere.
For everybody out there, I hope Lauren and Marcus don't have your chat open on the StreamYard. Yes, you guys.
No,
can,
I'm being good. I'm actually not cheating everybody, even though I said I was going to.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that was an option, but now I'm not going to cheat. It's fine.
Now you're yes. So Brandon Bright guessed Gabriel Davis. It wasn't Gabriel Davis. Kadarius Toney. So here's the question, Marcus. You're the guest. You go first. Kadarius Toney was rumored to be traded this offseason. They were fielding offers, but some of that was off the field talk. We have Shepard, Toney, Galladay. They drafted Wan'Dale Robinson. Darius Slayton's a question to make this roster. But if we're trying to unlock Dable and his Daniel Jones hope, is Kadarius Toney the answer? And what is his ceiling for 2022?
He's definitely the answer. I think it's some combination of Kadarius Toney and Kenny Galladay being the answer for what Dable wants to do with this offense. It's funny you asked that because I just full disclosure, I just finished recording my own podcast maybe 45 minutes before I jumped on with you, and that was one of the things we talked about was sort of trying to put this make some
sense. Where can people find that, by the way?
You can find that at NFL.com/podcast or on Spotify, iTunes, or anywhere you download fine podcasts. Ding. But no, that was part of what we talked about was trying to make sense of this Giants receiving core. I mean, what we saw from Toney last year sort of showed what he can do. They just want to get him the ball in space and let him be athletic. And I mean, I think Florio pointed out that he just put on a clinic last year against the Cowboys and their really good defense. I also think they're going to figure out a way to sort of unlock Kenny Galladay because it's weird to think that the two of those guys, Toney and Galladay last year, scored the same number of touchdowns as all three of us combined. I don't think that's going to happen again this year. And I think, with Toney as kind of that super athletic, just playmaker guy, and Galladay, I think they're going to try to use him more downfield than we saw last year, let him go up and be that contested catch guy. I think those are the two keys for Dable making this thing happen with Daniel Jones.
Lauren, any input? Top 25 a potential possibility for Kadarius Toney for young Joker?
Sure. But the biggest question here is not your actual question, but the biggest question for me is, can Daniel Jones make that happen? I don't know if he can. So I had a lot of high hopes. We talked about this, Jake. I had a lot of high hopes for Kenny Golladay if he can stay on the field. And the contested catch rate that Kenny Golladay is so good at, and that Daniel Jones seems to love to throw, and that sort of never really happens. And this is going to be a problem when it comes to that offense. So yes, if Kadarius Toney has the opportunity to do so, which buzzword in fantasy, opportunity, but whatever, that's what we're talking about. If he has the opportunity to do that, it's going to be because of Daniel Jones, not necessarily because of Kadarius Toney. He is a talented wide receiver, and I don't think it has to do with him personally. It has to do with who's under center.
Yeah, and by the way, my breakout series, which includes wide receivers this week, ding, Kadarius Toney is on the list.
I want a ding.
We can ding at any point. You can ding if you want to chime in. All right, next one. You guys ready?
Yep.
No.
The ADP. His ADP is 15th overall. He is RB6.
Ooh.
No, next question or next hint.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Next one.
Okay, next one. His last name is the same as a Hall of Famer who played the same position for the same team.
Oh, Naji Harris.
Lauren, do you want to guess?
Yeah, I'm going to go Naji Harris also. That wasn't who I was thinking, but as soon as that
Marcus
came out.
gets 4 and
it.
Lauren gets 1 because
Hey,
that
I'm on
is
the board.
correct. It is Naji Harris. The other clues I was going to give were the second most receiving yards behind Eckler. He was tied for first in targets for running backs with the most receptions, 74, and he added 14 pounds this offseason.
Well, depending on who you ask, right? I don't know if you saw, he tweeted that he played at 240 last year, which means he would have only gained 4 pounds and not 14.
It doesn't. No. It doesn't count. It does not count when you stuff your face full of double cheeseburgers and then weigh in. No. First thing in the morning, people. First thing in the morning, weigh yourself. That is the true, litmus, whatever, the line. That is where it is. So I don't care what he weighed when he was like, done with my 3-steak dinner and tomahawk chop and mashed potatoes and Brussels sprout. No, that doesn't count. Doesn't count.
So Lauren is off the fat shaming bandwagon. Bonus question real quick for you guys. His favorite teams growing up. He had 2. First of all, Najee, pick a team. Stick with one. But second of all, one of them was the Steelers. What was the other team?
So favorite football teams? I'm gonna say the Raiders.
Lauren?
I'm going to go with the Rams.
Ooh, you were both in the vicinity. It was the 49ers.
49. See, I knew I had a 50 because he's a Bay Area guy. I knew he was a Bay Area guy, so I had a 50-50 shot at it.
So, back to you, Marcus. Naji Harris. Is there a discussion for Naji Harris being the second running back off the board this year?
I mean, I think there's a discussion. I don't know how serious that discussion is. I mean, for me, it's Jonathan Taylor and Derrick Henry. Maybe you can throw Austin Eckler in there too. I just think that right now there's just a lot of question marks with this offense. Mitch Trubisky being taking over there at quarterback, or actually, I guess Kenny Pickett. I was gonna say I'm flashing by pre-draft times, right? I mean, we thought it was going to be Mitch Trubisky. Now it's going to be Kenny Pickett. I just think there are questions. I think what we saw last year with Ben Roethlisberger was because he couldn't push the ball downfield and he was never mobile. That led to a lot of sort of panic dump-offs to Naji Harris that I'm not sure are going to exist this year. I still think he's going to be very good. I think, his ADP being where it is, I think that's perfectly fine, but I don't know that he's going to get the same number of targets, the same amount of work in the passing game to push him up to where I'd want him to be at running back too. So I don't want people to come out and say, I'm telling you that Najee is going to be bad. I just don't think he's the RB2 right now.
So Lauren, he had 94 targets, 74 receptions last year. If I gave you 80 targets and 60 receptions this year, over under for Naji Harris?
I'm going to go under, but I think the line I think that's actually a really good line here. And I'm going to echo exactly what Marcus said here. I
part-time as a Vegas line maker. I don't know if you
Well, you did a really great job. Congratulations. I have cookies. I can send them to you. But one of the things I'm going to echo what Marcus said is that with Ben Roethlisberger, he was like Treebeard, like the Ent from Lord of the Rings, right? And like that, I mean, even though he went great distances with his very long tree trunk legs, he wasn't exactly fleet of foot. Now, he's gone. We have a completely different situation in the quarterback room here. Could be Mitchell Trubisky, could be Kenny Pickett, could be, Mason Rudolph, wink, wink. No, it won't. Like, don't let anybody tell you that it's going to be. Stop it. I don't want to hear it anymore. It's between the other two. Just deal with it. And so I wonder how much of the panic dump offs are going to be designed dump offs now. And I really like that he has gained this weight. I think he needs that with a decent offensive line. I don't care until I see it. I don't believe it. And he's going to need it. But I think that is a good line because he's proven that he can get it done. And so I don't think they're just going to ignore that side of an offense with either a rookie quarterback that's going to need it or a semi-mobile-ish quarterback where they can get, creative with how they want to run their offense there.
All right, side question real quick. 10 words or fewer, Lauren. Deontay Johnson, do we have worry that he can be a wide receiver 1?
No.
One word. Marcus.
It's either 1 or 100, okay? You got one word. I'm not
I
worried.
think you just passed 10.
Dang it.
Marcus.
Tricked me.
Deontay, worry level?
He will still see plenty of targets. So, no.
Ha. There you go. All right, next one. Here we go.
Thank you, Marcus.
ADP is 28th overall. He is RB 15 off the board. Lauren wants to guess every time just on ADP.
I hate ADP too. It's awful.
So
this time of year, it's so skewed right now.
I know. That's why it's a fun first one. So second, he has a total of 950 yards the past 2 seasons.
I'm gonna say. Ooh.
I can give another clue.
Yeah, I think I'll take one more clue.
Okay. March 14th. So far the chat is wrong. March 14th is officially his day in Pennsylvania.
Oh, who's Saquon Barkley? It's not Jeopardy. Saquon Barkley.
Lauren, do you have a different guess? Is that your answer?
You know what is so funny about that is I was imagining this game and how poorly I was going to do. And I think almost every time I was in my mind buzzing in, who is Keenan Allen? I'm like, it's not Jeopardy. I don't need to do that. And you just did it. So I'm so happy right now.
Matthew Bingham in the chat got it. And also
hey,
says
Bingham,
that
what's up?
Jess says hi to you. And I hope you're feeling better. All right. So the other clues I was going to give if we needed was more and fantasy points per game than CMC in 2018. And then he's the name of my dog. So,
okay, I would have got that.
The bonus question. What did Saquon Barkley say he would be doing professionally if not a football player?
Oh, I know this.
I'm going to say...
Lauren's thinking.
Oh my God, no. I'm racking my brain.
I don't know. I feel like he'd be on those like ESPN strongman competitions, like lifting logs or something.
So strongman, is that what you're going with?
Yeah, I know that's not right, but it's fun.
Is it like
Lauren?
a TV host or something?
Yeah, put your official guess in. 5
Oh,
seconds.
I'll say TV host. Oh,
No, Marcus was closer though.
Was I really?
A boxer.
Oh.
He said he'd be a professional boxer. So
either
Mark,
way,
you
he
got
was
the
going to
answer
take
twice.
hits.
Oh yes. Lauren, you can go first on this one. I feel like because you're down right now 8-2. You're still in this game, obviously.
I am not in this game. I didn't think I was going to be in this game. This is like literally a chicken running up against Usain Bolt, okay? I need like a 3-mile head start, even cheating.
With that thought,
let's be honest.
Some people might consider me running around like a chicken with my head cut off when I talk about Saquon Barkley being a top 10 running back this year. Is that true
I don't think
or
so.
false?
No. Don't listen to the haters, Jake. Don't listen to the haters. I think he absolutely has the opportunity. He just needs to stay healthy, but there were some freakish injuries that he suffered last season. He has a chip on his shoulder, and as somebody who firmly believes in the power of the chip the size of Montana on people's shoulders, I do like his chances, and I think he is a sneaky pickup in drafts later on. I like him. Well,
Marcus, the chip, the offensive line, health, Dable, everything, the quads of the Adonis. I mean, is this? Should we be excited for Saquon, or is that hope gone?
Did Adonis have nice quads?
I mean,
I don't know.
I have no idea, but I mean, he is like the captain of the quad squad, right? It's like him and like AJ
Yes.
Dillon, and I guess
Me.
Is Mike Davis still in the quad squad? Because like he doesn't really get.
I mean, does it count if you don't use them?
I don't know. But anyway, no, I don't think it's ridiculous, and I think especially right now what the ADP is, provided it sort of stays somewhere around there, I think makes it worth the risk, because really it is just about health for Saquon. He's obviously missed long stretches with injury. Even was it a couple years ago when he just had that nagging high ankle sprain that just didn't let him really explode the way we were used to seeing. But I think if he can get healthy and stay healthy, I think the opportunities are going to be there. There's really nobody else in that backfield you worry about taking significant touches. Yeah, like I said, there's nobody else in that backfield you worry about taking significant touches away from him. We just talked about the general mehness of the wide receiver core. I mean, there's still plenty of opportunity. And look, as Lauren was talking about, even if Daniel Jones doesn't turn out to be this big time passer, we know they can still get the ball to Saquon one way or another and kind of let him do his thing.
Saquon Barkley all day long in the second round, Marcus?
Sure, I'll do that.
Lauren?
Yeah, late first for me too. I'm not scared. Not scared.
24th off the board. Or no, wait.
But I could be a princess named Taco Bell.
28th off the board.
Let's go.
You could be.
That Bell with an E at the end?
Yes, it is.
Next one, as Lauren wants to jump in on ADP every single time. So his ADP is 46th as wide receiver 16. Nope, Lauren made a face. So no.
I made a face because I think my dog just farted. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys will get this one either. He grew 7 inches during his freshman year at Cathedral High School in Indianapolis. That is actually part of the more telling clue.
So in other words, he's tall.
Ish. That was just his growth spurt in football. I just kind of gave you a second hint. Ish with the ish. You want me to keep going?
Yes, please.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so in his first 3 seasons, 11.6, 12.2, 10.3 fantasy points per game, ranking 27th, 19th, and 32nd for wide receivers.
I'm ringing in.
Okay.
I don't know. Michael Pittman.
And your guess, Marcus.
It's not Pittman because I don't think he's played 3 seasons yet.
I don't think so either. I just went with the Indianapolis.
Let's see. All right, it's nice. I'm gonna go. See, he's also tall-ish.
You get a free guess with every clue, so
I know.
Yeah.
I can't even think of who it might be. I know it's not. I'll just say Allen Robinson. I know that's not it.
No, more
not
clues. Get more
Robinson.
clues. Right? He can get more clues.
No,
right?
he can guess with every single one because you buzzed in first. You're out.
Got it. Okay.
So here's your next one for 2 points. 6 different starting quarterbacks the past 3 seasons for him.
You sure it's not Allen Robinson? 6 different starting quarterbacks. He's tall. He's from Indianapolis. He's wide receiver 16. I don't know. What's the last one? What's the last clue?
He hates his nickname from Rick and Morty.
Oh, Terry McLaurin.
There you go. Marcus gets a point. Here's the bonus. This coach, and you can say who is Marcus. This coach originally declined to offer him a scholarship, saying he needed to work on his hands, which he then started catching around 200 passes a day. Lauren?
Who's Nick Saban?
Marcus?
Urban Meyer.
Boom! Urban Meyer.
Yeah. Good job, Marcus.
Urban Meyer.
I'm just
originally
making sport, Marcus, because I am going to make sure that you win. So I'm going to help narrow things down for you.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
And then you can just run away with it. It's a team sport now.
I appreciate. It's like a team effort.
Ben?
Like
It is a team effort. I got you.
Ben can run away with it. It's 12-2 right now. Bob's got Scary Terry, got the question. Lee Ving actually got Urban Meyer too. Marcus, Terry McLaurin. This is going to be a kind of a slanted question, but hey, that's what I do. Is Terry just who he is at this point? Can we stop with I'm saying this as kind of my argument. Can we stop with he's going to be a wide receiver 1, or does potentially better weapons and the minute upgrade of Heineke to Wentz potentially finally unlock Scary Terry F1 Rocket, whatever he wants to be called, McLaurin?
I don't I don't feel like he can't be. I feel like there's been other factors holding him back, namely the quarterback situation, right? It just sort of held him back. And the fact that he has done what he has done with, as you mentioned, 6 quarterbacks in 3 seasons or whatever it is. Yeah, like the fact that we are still holding out that hope, that we still have that belief, I think suggests that he can still be that guy. So maybe, I mean, Wentz definitely is a better situation than he was in last year. But at the same time, it's also Carson Wentz, and you just never know which quarterback you're going to get on a week-to-week basis. So I guess that's a long way of saying I haven't completely given up hope, but I also feel like I'm not going to draft him as a wide receiver 1 this year just because the quarterback situation makes me nervous.
Lauren, I'll give you a chance for some bonus points because it's my show.
Okay, yay.
Can you name all 6 quarterbacks?
Oh, God. Okay. Let's see. We had, God, all right. Taylor Heineke. Was it Kyle Allen? I got 2 of them there.
Yes.
Dwayne Haskins.
Yes.
Alex Smith. Was he one of them?
No.
No.
I'll give you one more chance. I'll give you 1 strike, 3 more.
Oh shoot! Well, now I'm
starters.
like
Starting
now
quarterback.
I'm like super. I'm like super verklempt right now. I don't remember who else was it? Because it was
He had Fitzy for a little bit.
Oh yeah, Ryan Fitzmagic. Oh my God, duh! One of my favorite people in the NFL ever.
One of the other ones is they're still in the league. Case Keenum.
Oh, Case Keenum.
And
God,
Colt
that's
McCoy.
right.
Ooh, Colt McCoy.
Yeah, I would never.
I don't think I would have got Colt McCoy for a while.
Never would have got Colt McCoy.
All right. So next one. We have 3 more left. His ADP is 24th. He is RB 13 off the board currently. Any guesses? Okay. He was one of just 7 running backs, which I was shocked there was only 7 last year when I double checked. Only one of 7 running backs to rush for 1,000 yards last year.
That's weird. In a 17-game season, only 7 guys did that.
Right?
Yeah.
You had an extra game.
So, okay. Next one? Are we good?
Yeah, you can keep going.
Yeah.
All right. Of those 7, he was tied for 3rd with 42 receptions. I don't know how much that helps, honestly.
So he had 1,000 yards rushing and 42 catches. But he's RB 13.
Yes.
Oh,
Nope.
I've got 2.
I can give
Okay, I'm
you
gonna
one
do
more
it because
guess.
I need the points. I need the points.
I mean, you get 2 or 3 points, 3 or 2 points.
Antonio
Cat wrong
Gibson.
so far. And you can guess, Marcus, because she officially buzzed in.
I'm gonna say Antonio Gibson also. I'm gonna double down on that.
Lauren.
Am I on the? Yes. Oh my God.
She got 3 points. It was Antonio Gibson. The next clue was his teammate is on a list already today.
Oh.
And then more receptions than rush attempts in his final year of college. Here's the bonus question. What prevented him from going to Memphis out of high school? There's a reason he didn't go to Memphis straight out of high school.
He went on tour with Young Joker.
To Memphis.
When you
He
hear-
went
it's-
to jail. I don't know.
No. No. It's such an obvious answer.
Like grades.
There you go. He went to JUCO.
That was too easy. It was too easy to actually believe it's the real answer.
It
Yeah.
was super easy. Barely an inconvenience answer.
That was like when I said, you ever see The Village? I know this is super off topic.
Oh
but
my God. Yes.
Right? But it was like, I remember watching that movie and like 10 minutes into it, like I guessed what the twist was. And I said to myself, it's not going to be that. That's
It
too
can't be
obvious.
that.
That's just stupid. And then it turned out, I'm like, that was terrible. Like I wasted 2 hours of my life. Like, what happened?
Wasted 2 hours of your life should be the tagline for Shamahama Alama movies.
I mean, aside from like
honestly.
the Sixth Sense
Sixth Sense.
and like Unbreakable.
Or no, yeah.
Unbreakable
There you
was
go.
good. And so was what was the one with James McAvoy where he was like schizophrenic and had a whole bunch of personalities? That one. Was
Oh,
good, too.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. And then
Split?
They
Split. Yes.
and
that
then they
was
made
good.
it into the
Yeah, fine,
trilogy
just put it on there.
and tied them all
Yeah,
in
that
together.
part was like whatever. But Split was good.
All right, Lauren. Antonio
Yes.
Gibson.
Yes.
Is he similar to Terry McLaurin? Similar question. Is he stuck right here as a fringe RB1 just because drafting Brian Robinson, bringing back J.D. McKissick, despite the fact catching more balls than rush attempts in college? This is just who he is? Who the Commanders want him to be.
I think so. I mean, I can literally take almost every single argument that Marcus made for Scary Terry and just substitute Antonio Gibson here. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. So it's one of those things where if he falls in the right place for me in the draft, I won't have a problem taking him, but I'm not going out and targeting him and being like, he's the next Christian McCaffrey. Like, no, I'm not really going overboard on that one, but I haven't lost faith yet. I want to see what this offense is going to look like with Carson Wentz. I'm interested to see what this whole division is going to look like with him now. It's going to be exciting.
Marcus,
but yeah,
let me turn it a little bit for you, Marcus. DeAndre Swift or Antonio Gibson 2022?
Swift, I think. I'll say this because last year I was not big on DeAndre Swift. I was totally wrong, and it's funny. The reason that I thought he wasn't going to be productive turned out to be the reason that he was. Like, I was like, well, the Lions are going to be trailing. Like, I don't know how much passing game work he's going to get. I thought that was going to be sort of a Jamal Williams thing, and then it turned out that the Lions were trailing, but it was DeAndre Swift like just hoovering up all sorts of targets in that one, and so that I ended up having to admit that I was sort of wrong, and it didn't go the way I thought it would. With Gibson, Antonio Gibson falls into that category of players that we all want to be good, but if we sort of read the tea leaves of what their teams are telling us, like they don't feel the same way about
Lamar Miller.
You keep bringing up Lamar Miller like this is just
for the rest of my life
now. But like even more recent vintage, like Miles Sanders, right? Like a guy that we thought would be something, but like the Eagles kept telling us, like, no, we don't feel the same way about him. And I think that's sort of where the Commanders are with Antonio Gibson, that we want him to be something great. But the fact is, they still have J.D. McKissick. They draft Brian Robinson. They are just sort of telling us that they don't feel like Gibson's a guy they can load up with touches. And so I think he is going to sort of be stuck in that kind of, RB2, maybe fringe RB1 at best kind of limbo situation.
That's actually going to be my gravestone, Marcus. Is here lies Jake Ciely. He wants you to know Lamar Miller wasn't as good as
your epitaph.
Yes. Two more. Lauren, you close the gap a little bit here. It's 13-5. So there you go.
That's awful. But okay.
No, two more like that. You're right there towards the end. There's two yes.
Whatever.
This wide receiver's ADP is 99th overall, just inside the top 100 as wide receiver 41.
Wide receiver. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just take a swing at it, and I maybe.
Are you?
Out. Yeah, why not?
Let's do it.
I said it earlier. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Lauren, what's your guess?
I have to guess now, right?
It's a free guess.
Marvin Jones.
You are both incorrect. Marcus, you're opening the door for her. Lauren, here's your 4-point clue. His finishes for his career: 66th, 6th, 27, 187, 40, 10, 11, and 91 last year.
Good God. Okay.
Does that help you, Marcus? Even though you're out, did that help you a little bit? Oh, Marcus froze on us. Marcus, come back.
AJ Green?
It's not AJ Green. Your next one. He led the league in touchdowns in 2015. So far, the chat is also incorrect.
In 2015?
Led the league in touchdowns for wide receivers.
2015 wide receiver. Farge.
Farge? Might as well guess. Free guess for 3 points.
Who's been in the league? Like, my brain is like totally freezing up here. Okay. Devonte Adams.
No, not Devonte Adams.
Of course, I'm Devonte Adams. They didn't finish all those other ones. Okay,
he is on a new team and reunited with a former teammate.
Reunited and it feels so good. I should know this. Mm-hmm. What's the chat saying? Chat. I'm going to go to the comments. I'm cheating.
None of them are right anyway.
None of them are right.
Thomas, Dez, Thielen, OBJ, Thomas. No, so none of them are right so far.
Dang it. Okay, reunited.
That's what you get for trying to cheat.
I know, it's terrible. Cheaters never prosper, right? Okay, so reunited.
That's a really long
Devonte Parker.
No, it's not Devonte Parker. He only had one really good season. It is also not Marquise Brown. Next one. He went to the same college as Deshaun Hamilton. That should be a huge clue.
I don't know. I don't know. I hate these games because, like, as soon as you say it, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, of course I know who that is."
You could. I mean, this is your last. This is 1 point too. Somebody, it's been cheated in the. If you want to cheat in the chat, if you're going to go full on cheater on
I'm
this,
right there. I'm
point.
full on cheating. Everybody, help me out here so I can at least get a point.
The viewers. The viewers know.
Okay, so Allen Robinson.
There you go, Allen
Yay!
Robinson. There you go. For a recap, yeah, 66, 6, 27, 187, hurt, 40,
Why is
10,
it a dead
11,
giveaway
91.
that he went to school with Deshaun Hamilton? Like,
because Penn State. It was 3 straight years. It was Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, Deshaun Hamilton, and my Deshaun love. She was,
Oh, okay, great.
I mean, he won me a championship. I will wait for Marcus to come back for the bonus question. In the meantime, Allen Robinson, Lauren. I just went on a podcast with Kyle Yates, and we were talking Allen Robinson. And through my gut rankings, I had him around 30. After I ran my projections, checked in as wide receiver 19. Which side are you on? The 19 or the
19,
gut 30?
19. I am on 19.
Is that too low?
I think it is actually. I do. I think he has the potential to be fringe wide receiver 1 material. Absolutely. In that offense with everybody basically coming back and except OBJ. What's going on with him? I haven't really kept up with the OBJ news here.
He's still sitting out there. I think maybe the possibility is that he's just not 100%.
Yeah, well, whatever. I think he's going to do great. I think he's going to do absolutely great. I think he's going to have, if he doesn't finish as a fringe wide receiver 1, he's going to have several wide receiver 1 games with that Rams offense. I'm very, very happy for Allen Robinson to finally get on a team where he can, go back to being the elite Allen Robinson that we like. Not those other years finishing. The good ones. We'll do those good ones.
The good ones? The 10 and 11 back-to-back years? You think
those would be nice. Those would be nice.
That would be well within the range.
Yes. And I do like that for him. I really do. He's one of those wide receivers that with all of the changes that we've seen with the wide receivers this offseason, I think the one that I like the most, not just for the player, but for fantasy purposes, is Allen Robinson. I love his move to LA.
So, yeah, shout out to Lee. Nobody guessed Allen Robinson, but you were the first to say Allen Robinson. And then Bubs got it, and Jay Felicio, Jimmy and Jay, our good friend. Is watching this show. His Carolina Panthers lost to my Rangers last round, so I
don't want to talk about hockey. No, we're not. We're not.
You tried to get me on the board of rooting for St. Louis and
just against the Wild. Okay, that's it. I only just root for them against the Wild, and you know what? We did beat the Wild, so I was very happy about that. But I don't want to talk about what happened after that. Okay.
Do you want to talk about? Hey, I'll give you a life update while we're waiting for Marcus too. By the way.
Okay.
In 2.5 weeks. The girlfriend and I are headed to Puerto Rico.
Oh my gosh, no way! How fun!
So, would you say like things are going well, Lauren? Would you assume that, or do we get a pup update too? Is that for everybody watching?
Pup update. I would say that means you're doing very well.
I know everybody in the chat. It was a joke about the Carolina Panthers. It was a joke. Obviously, that just didn't land. Everybody's Hurricanes. It was a joke because we're talking football, Panthers, Hurricanes. Anyway, so. That is the pup. What's her name again?
Eleanor, if she's bad.
Eleanor? So was she born in 1905?
She is an old soul. That's why I named her Eleanor. She looks like she's super drunk or high. One of the two.
We'll give Marcus another minute or two. And Lauren, here's a football question for you.
Okay.
In drafts. Who is, and of course, with all relative terms, we're never going to go crazy, but, there's Marcus. I'll save that for the end. Welcome back, Marcus. Plenty of time because she got the correct answer with Allen Robinson and answered everything about Allen Robinson. Okay. So, yeah. How about this real quick version? Chances Allen Robinson's a wide receiver 1 with Cooper Kupp this year.
I don't think he's a wide receiver 1, but I think he's a really strong wide receiver 2. I think there's anything we've learned from the Rams offense. It can support multiple wide receivers being very productive. I think Matthew Stafford has shown that he can do that as well, but I just think that, look, man, I still love Van Jefferson. I'm still a Van stan too. I think he still gets some run. But I don't know that wide receiver 1's necessarily in the cards.
All right. By the way, she also cheated to get her 1 point, just so you know.
Sure did. Don't care.
So 13-6, that make a big difference. All right, last player, and then there's 2 bonus players too. Oh, the bonus question for Allen Robinson. I forgot. Here's 3 points. Here's 3 points potentially, Lauren. Allen Robinson was a guest on Ink Master. He got a tattoo of what city skyline?
I know it's not Chicago because he talks about how he hates Chicago.
That is good memory.
So I'm gonna say.
You got a guess, Lauren?
A skyline.
Pittsburgh.
I'm trying to think.
They do have a football team. It's not Pittsburgh, Lauren.
I'm trying to think of a. So it's a city with a football team. Then that's what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, but I'm still going to give you 5 more seconds. You can't take this whole entire show. We got 1 more player to get to.
San Francisco.
5. No, I would not do San Francisco twice. Detroit.
Oh, that's true.
Detroit.
Were there homeless people in it?
I was trying to think.
In broken buildings? That's awful.
I'm guessing he's from Detroit, right? I was trying to think of why.
All right, like what?
Why
like
Detroit?
The nastiest skyline possible. Like there's actually like dirt on top of the buildings too.
Yeah, he's
Sorry,
from
everyone
Detroit.
from Detroit. It's my
He's
husband's area.
He's from Detroit, so it makes sense.
He's from Detroit. All right, so final player. Here we go, guys. ADP is 75th. He's the QB 8 off the board currently. You seem confused, Lauren. Marcus, you're going to go for again?
A name popped in my head, and I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I have some thoughts, but I think I'd rather wait for another clue or two.
He was QB 9 overall and QB 7 in fantasy points per game last year. Dude.
Say the first one again.
I'm gonna say Matthew Stafford.
Okay, Lauren, you can guess QB 9. You can agree or take a different stab. QB 9 overall, QB 7 in fantasy points per game.
Oh, I hate this.
Agree.
I'm gonna go Jalen Hurts.
She stole it from you, Marcus.
Oh,
it is Jalen Hurts.
Wow.
Shut up.
Wow.
It is Jalen Hurts. The chat did not get it. Chat was guessing Dak Prescott. Super gap closing. 13-10, Marcus.
We got a ball game.
Here were the other ones. There's a new number 1 at wide receiver for him for the 2nd straight year. That was a little coy by that. Completion percentage of 61.3 was the 7th lowest in the NFL. He led all quarterbacks in rushing yards and was 2nd in rushing yards per game to Lamar Jackson. Here's the bonus question for you guys. Hurts finished 2nd in a high school competing sport. What sport was it?
Track.
Second. Yeah, I say track and field.
You both guessed track?
Yeah.
You were both wrong.
What is it?
It was weight competition. He power lifted. He was a power lifter.
Wow.
Did not see that coming.
Squatted 570, benched 275, and deadlifted 585.
Wow.
Sure.
Dude was a monster. So, Marcus, I referenced my projections while you're gone with Allen Robinson, and when this trade happened, said if anybody's going to unseat Josh Allen, it would be Jalen Hurts. Not that I think it will happen. Josh Allen is still my QB1. Let's be clear. I ran my projections, and the last time I did this, I moved said player down. That was Lamar Jackson from 2 to 7, and Lamar Jackson, that was the year he finished as the number 1 quarterback. My initial projections has Jalen Hurts as the number 2 quarterback. Are my projections too much of the Kool-Aid, or what's going on?
No, I don't think so, because I feel like I've seen this talk about Jalen Hurts is that the possibility of him finishing top 2, maybe even number 1, that is in the range of outcomes for him. But also in the range of outcomes is him still hanging around 9 or 10, where he was last year. It was kind of a joke, but kind of not, that it just felt like no matter what, Jalen Hurts is going to get you 20 fantasy points in a week, no matter what was going on. I mean, I think we pointed out a game where he went into the 4th quarter with like 8 and he got like 22 when it was all said and done. So the fact that, if he is able to take a step forward now that he has AJ Brown to go along with Devonte Smith, and he's got Dallas Goedert and he can still run the football, all those things potentially add up to him being a top 3 quarterback. But at the same time, let's keep it real. He's a good fantasy quarterback. We're not sold on whether he's a good actual quarterback, right?
True.
So if he doesn't take that progression in real life, the ceiling might still stick around 8 or 9. So I don't think your projections are crazy wild. It just really depends on whether or not he can make that improvement, make that leap that we all sort of want him to, that the Eagles need him to in order to really be a contending team.
So, Lauren, here's the question for you to kind of turn around. Which is more likely, him finishing as QB2 or him not finishing the season as the starting quarterback?
Oh, that's very extreme.
That's why I asked it.
I think it is. I'm going to go with him finishing as a QB 210. Freudian slip. QB 10. There it is. Nailed it. Mark it down. Mark it down on the calendar. I don't know. Unless he's injured. I mean, I could see him getting pulled, but I'm with Marcus on this one. It's so hard because you can see him finishing very well, but I could also see him getting pulled. But I think that they're going to try this experiment for the full season. So I'm going to go on the QB2 side without any confidence whatsoever.
Yeah, I think they would have to be like 1-8 and 9 before they pull the plug for Minshew.
Yeah, it would have to be drastic, in my opinion, for something like that to happen.
All right, we got 2 minutes to get out of here. Lauren, you're still in this game because these are two. Just guess the player. Yes. You get full clue, quote unquote. They're 3 points each. Marcus, I'll let you go first for this one. Current ADP is tight end 17. He was tight end 21 last year, 27th in fantasy points per game, but 12th in yards with 0 touchdowns. Name that tight end.
Cole Kmet.
Lauren, do you agree or want a different guess?
I'm going to stick with Cole Kmet, actually. Hold on. These are tough for me, okay? The struggle is real.
No.
It manifests physically as well, okay? Don't judge me.
So, Albert in the chat, Bingham in the chat, all 4 of you are correct. It is Cole Kmet.
All right.
Yes.
Marcus, is he the best late round tight end to take this year? The answer is yes. Don't disagree.
I mean, I don't know. Are we not considering Irv Smith Jr. to be a late round tight end?
Well, yeah. So I mean, I was thinking we were going to bang the drum enough for Irv Smith to get him near.
Then yes, Cole Kmet's the guy. It's
Irv and Kmet. I'm okay with both of them.
Because it was a couple years ago when I was late season banging the drum for Cole Kmet because all the metrics were good. The routes run, the air yards per target, all the metrics were great. Except then Jimmy Graham would keep scoring touchdowns. And it was just I would go, I was writing about it. I was podcasting, I was on TV, banging the drum for Cole Kmet. I was standing there look, I know Jimmy Graham keeps ending up in the end zone with the football. But really, you got to trust me. Cole Kmet's okay. So I'm going to stand by that, though. It's still Cole Kmet.
All right. Last one, Lauren. You need Marcus to get this wrong, and you have to get it right.
Okay.
To tie. So, wide receiver 47 off the board. He is coming off 88 receptions, 1,084 yards, and 7 touchdowns. His first name is a rapper. His last name is a foreign city. There are so many clues in there. Let Marcus go first, because you're pretty much gonna have to you're gonna have to disagree with Marcus anyway. You can't.
Well, there's no wide receiver named Eminem Berlin, so. So I know that's not it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The chat. Matthew Bingham is on this chat. Don't cheat, Lauren.
I'm not.
I said Lauren, not you, Marcus.
Wide receiver.
Okay, so first name is a rapper.
Yes. 5.
And the last.
5, 4.
KJ Osborne.
3. No. 2.
No, not Kendrick.
You win either way. You win either way, Marcus, because you got it wrong.
Yeah, I got it wrong. Whatever.
Drake. London.
Oh, it's on college numbers.
See? See?
I'm thinking NFL receivers. I'm like, who am I?
Literally, dude, the Eminem
sneaky.
Berlin. That's my new fantasy football name.
That's everybody out there. His new fantasy football team name, Eminem Berlin.
Eminem Berlin.
Before we get out of here, Marcus and Lauren, Drake London. Is he the number one rookie wide receiver, or do you want to make a case for somebody else, Marcus?
Nah, it's Drake London. It's Drake London because of just situation. I mean, it's a combination of ability and situation. He's going to get a ton of targets. It's going to be the Kyle Pitts Drake London show in Atlanta. And at least they have a quarterback that will play to London's strengths. He's a good run after catch guy, and they got Mariota who doesn't really challenge deep. So I think he's the number one guy.
What about you, Lauren?
Mariota is the starting quarterback in Atlanta. Sure. Wink, wink. Yeah, okay, no. No, it's not going to happen. I don't care about rookie wide receivers at all. So I am just going to cede the floor to Marcas Grant on this. You dynasty folks are crazy. I love you, but you're crazy. And I don't like rookie wide receivers in redraft.
That's Lauren's take every single year, and Barkley is upset by that as well.
I'm sorry, Barkley.
Barkley, over here, girl. All right, Marcus, before we get at it, remind everybody that mom and pop short, you're working at and everything you got going on.
Little startup, the NFL. You can find me on Twitter, though, at Marcus G, MarCasG. We do the podcast, with Florio once a week, so you can find that there. And then, we do stuff on YouTube every once in a while. I do the TikToks. I haven't been on TikTok in a couple of weeks. So maybe I have to go back and do that again so you can find me. It's at Marcas Grant actually on TikTok. Don't ask me why, because I don't believe in symmetry. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, there you go.
Lauren, we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yeah,
Follow
excellent.
her at Stepmom Lauren, stepmomlauren.com. Do not search Stepmom Lauren in the Google machine.
I'm pretty sure she's on page 2. I'm just saying.
Oh, she's got bumped to page 2. Still don't check her out. Not recommended from the show. What is recommended? Code all in, 20% off at FTN and over at theathletic.com/betstv. All capitals get you a first free month. We'll be back next week with Jeff. Thanks again, Marcus. Much appreciated. Congratulations on the win. Lauren, respectable job. We'll see you guys later.